Hey guys, how's it going? B-Dog here, coming at you with some Dead by Daylight. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. This idea just kind of came about in a weird way. So this kind of came about whenever I was playing this on Xbox, and I just it was just a really weird video idea I wanted to do, and just to kind of show you guys and just kind of point out and just kind of explain it just kind of off the cuff like these tutorials. Today we're going to be focusing just strictly on the survivor tutorials, like right here where it says how to play, and I'm going to essentially break it down and show you what not to do and what it strongly stresses, if you will, in the tutorial, because it can give brand new players just a really bad way to play the game. But we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. And also, if you want to get better at Dead by Daylight, I have a whole playlist which is right up there in the top right hand corner, so go check out that playlist. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into this. Alright, so this is our first little intro to the Survivor tutorial, if you will. It just gives like the whole welcoming thing, like how to escape the trial and all that. Essentially just saying your main objective is to get the generators done and all that fun stuff, which is all fine and dandy. So with our main man Dwight here, we're going to repair this generator, and then let's see what happens next. And then look, once all the generators are completed, as you guys may or may not know if you are brand new to the game, there are 5 generators in total that all must be completed in order for you to escape the trial, so to win the game and escape, hopefully. So we're gonna go ahead and click OK. I know this sounds rather silly, but we're gonna go through the whole tutorial here. We're gonna open up the gate here, and we're going to escape. Now these little tips right here, they're very very helpful. It kind of gives you a very good breakdown of the game and all that fun stuff, kind of like what you need to do, and then you walk out of here like so. And then we get to skill checks, which if you do any action whatsoever except for hex totems, there's going to be skill checks. And now we're on a generator we're assuming that there's going to be skill checks, since that's what it was talking about. So there's our skill check. Like, this is very basic. This is a great start to the tutorial. So we're gonna go ahead and just mow down this generator right here, kind of like the last little tutorial. Nothing too crazy, just telling us how the game goes about. And then there we go right there. So we learned how to do skill checks. And then this is where it gets a little crazy here. So now we have a killer involved. Now, our training wheels are, they're off, so to speak, here. So we, as the survivor, we have a killer, just like I was saying. Your survival in the trial may be hindered by a murderous killer, which, their job is to to kill you. That's their role. So what it's wanting us to do is to essentially listen for the terror radius or the heartbeat. It may help you recognize when the killer is nearby, which is true. But okay, so there's our killer right there, Mr. Trapper, Mr. Trap Daddy in the flesh. Will give some buddy bags. Says he can't do anything, which this will never happen in the game whatsoever. But we need to escape the killer's terror radius. Now, which fun fact here, where my criticism begins is that you know, they don't talk about, you know, really, you know, crouch walking, which is a very, you know, important thing you need to do. Don't just run around, because you know, leave scratch marks, and like they don't really cover that. But here we go, we're in the second portion of it, which is stealth. So we're gonna see what it has in store for us for the stealth portion. So stealth is usually the best way to keep from alerting the killer your presence. Crouch down and move quietly and stay hidden from the killer, which is true. So what we're going to do is we're going to crouch like so. See these crows right here, which they don't tell you, is it gives you it pretty much tells you where the killer, or it lets the killer know where you are at, rather. So if you alert these birds, they're going to know where you're at. So it's important to do this. And see, we didn't get detected by the birds, thank goodness. And now look where we're at. For some reason, we're going to the basement. The stairs lead to the basement. It may be possible to find tools that are critical for survival down there. Now, here is the criticism to where it will begin here shortly, which we'll get into here very briefly, but as the tutorial states, there is something in the basement that could be crucial to our survival. So let's kind of, you know, let's just kind of see where this takes us. You know, that got blocked off for whatever reason. Unfortunately, the basement is a highly dangerous place for a survivor to be caught. So what do? We need to find a place to hide. There's a locker right here. We get in there. And oh my goodness, the trapper has found us. Now we can try to wiggle out, but the trapper has other plans for us. Now, sacrificial hooks, which are the hooks. If you are hooked by the killer, your options are limited. You can risk escaping off the hook yourself. However, failed attempts will reduce your health and speed up the sacrificial process. Now, this is kind of where the criticism comes into play here. Is okay, so just a quick little tip here. Like, what this guide is going to suggest us to do is for us to try to escape ourselves. Now, like I said, a quick little tip here: don't do it. Like, don't. There's no reason to. Like, you're screwing yourself and you're screwing your team if you do exactly what this guide is telling you. Like, yes, it does warn you, but which you'll see right here once I click OK, it's going to make us attempt to escape off the hook, and we're not going to. So if you are brand new to the game at all, or you don't play Survivor that often, don't try to get yourself off the hook. You only have a 4% chance of getting off. So, I am not a mathematician by any means whatsoever, but those are not very good odds whatsoever. But we will continue on with this lovely tutorial. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Okay, so our objective is to find a way to escape the hook. So there's one try right there, another one, and then we'll do that. Now, the point that before we continue, the point I wanted to make with that is, until I struggled, our survivor AI companion did not show up until we started struggling. So, and it didn't say anything about waiting for a teammate to rescue you in any way, shape, or form. So that kind of goes with my little tip I wanted just to kind of stress is, yes, there are going to be times where, yes, they are not going to come get you for whatever reason, or they, you just might have a selfish team, whatever. But statistically speaking, you are not going to get off the hook by yourself whatsoever. Like, yes, on the rare occasion you will, but it really doesn't say that, nor does it say that there's a 4% base chance of you getting off. So, like I said, I know I'm just kind of rambling on here, but just to reiterate that point, don't try to get yourself off the hook. Just don't. There's no reason to, unless you got deliverance and you're guaranteed to get off. Unless you have that perk, don't do it. Just wait for your teammate. But let's go to this portion right here. In the injured state, survivors make more noises and leave patches of blood that the killer can follow and use it to find your location. And one more hit will put you in the dying state. So let's go ahead and hit OK. So again, our teammate has abandoned us, and we can't go up here because it's blocked for tutorial reasons. But however, there is a chest here, right here, that we can look through. Now I'm not going to open it because I want to say one more thing, just really quickly about this whole little guide. Okay, so just tip number 1, really. Don't go in the basement. There's no reason to. Yes, there's always a chest in the basement, but there's also potentially a couple other ones that are scattered around the map. And if you're really that worried about chests, there's Plunder's Instinct, and there are other perks that will show you, other, where you can find chests. So if you are a survivor, you have no business being down here at all. Unless it's a dire situation. Even in this case, you're going to want a teammate to heal you and or find another chest or get self-care. But as the tutorial suggests, we are going to go in here and we are going to get our trusty med kit. And voila, there it is, which also, if you are brand new to the game, this is not going to happen. You're not just gonna find a med kit to heal yourself in the basement. So don't think that. So this is just again for tutorial reasons. But anyways, let's heal ourselves here. And there we go, we're fully healed now. Now let's go to the other part of the tutorial. Okay, so now it's going to allow us to go upstairs, but again, before we go back up, I want to reiterate here, if you play this tutorial, you are not guaranteed a med kit. The only way you are guaranteed a med kit through any type of chests is if you run pharmacy, which is unique to Quentin. So just because of that, just because you're in the basement, it doesn't guarantee a med kit. It's all completely random. So like I was saying earlier, don't go to the basement. There's no reason to. This is a no survivor area right here. This is the absolute last place you should go, just in general, unless you're trying to save someone. But let's continue on with our tutorial here. Okay, so rescuing survivors. Another survivor has been caught and hooked. Now we got to rescue the survivor while the killer is away. So let's do that accordingly. And also, I'm going to just do this like how you normally should do this. Don't, because the killer's not going to be here. It's just kind of for tutorial purposes. Don't run up and do this maneuver. Don't do that. Like, don't like just crouch walk, or if you don't want to crouch walk, just walk normally. Just be very stealth-like about it. Just, you know, do this type of thing. Get your survivor buddy off the hook. Now healing others. Now also another point I want to make there that they did not stress whenever we were hooked. They wanted us to wiggle off, essentially. Notice how Meg didn't wiggle. That's how you should do it as a survivor. Wait for others to come get you, because there is, again, only 4% of a chance that you're going to get off, and you only get 3 attempts. So Meg didn't struggle. We came and got her like a good teammate, so let's go ahead and heal her up. So there we go right there. We're getting our skill checks in. We're being a good teammate. We're healing the team there. There we go. Now for teamwork. As a survivor, teamwork is very crucial to your success. So we're going to see how that goes. Alright, so then let's do over here. So we need to repair the final generator. Where's it at? There it is. So we need to work with Megon to repair the last and final generator. Alright, so once again, good teamwork. And there we go, right here. Okay, so escaping the trial. So we got all the gens done. And also it comes into play is the hatch. Now this will only open if one survivor is remaining in the trial. So here we can do this a couple different ways. We you know, can just go open the gate. Or we can just go through the hatch over here, which is obviously going to be the best way if you are the last survivor. So there we go right there. We escaped through the hatch and we completed the survivor tutorial. So that is the survivor tutorial. So that's pretty much what I just kind of wanted just to briefly cover and just kind of explain to you guys. Like, yes, the tutorial was very good for completing generators and stuff like that, but as far as being a team player and or focusing on the basement, if you take anything away from this video, please do not go in the basement for any reason as a survivor unless you are going to unhook someone. Med kits are not going to be in the basement. It's not guaranteed. Like, yes, you very well could pull one out, but there are perks that will help you find chests and all of that good stuff. So I just kind of wanted just to make that video, and also I'm going to cover the killer one here very soon, but I just wanted just to kind of prove those points. Don't necessarily play the way that the tutorial wants you to, because it will make you develop horrible habits, especially as a survivor, and your team is not going to like it. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it like I always do. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.